Toby and the Reckless Red Engine. The year is 1968. The railway on Sodor was as busy as ever, with engines of all shapes and sizes puffing to and fro. Toby, the wise old tram engine, was contentedly shunting trucks of coal in the yard, his cowcatchers gleaming in the morning sun. He might not be as fast or as flashy as the bigger engines, but he was reliable and strong for his size. Suddenly, a boastful whistle echoed through the yard, and James, the splendid red engine, backed down onto a line of gleaming passenger coaches. James was very proud of his red paint and his speed, and he often thought of himself superior to the other engines, especially the older ones. "Huffing and puffing with those dirty old trucks again, Toby?" James sneered, his voice dripping with consideration. "Really? You're far too old for such heavy work. Leave the goods trains to the proper engine, like me. You belong in a museum, not on the main line." Toby felt a familiar pang of hurt. He knew he wasn't as fast as James, and he didn't have shiny coaches to pull, but he was a hard worker. "I may be old, James, but I'm still useful," he retorted, trying to sound brave, but inside he felt quite upset. James just snorted and puffed away, leaving Toby to feel small and undervalued. Later that afternoon, James was indeed pulling a long goods train, trying to prove his point. He decided to go faster than he ought to, wanting to show everyone how quickly a real engine could handle trucks. "These old things are slowing me down," he grumbled, letting out more steam. As he rounded a sharp bend, going too fast, the heavy trucks behind him jolted. Clang! Crash! James's wheels left the rails, and with a sinking lurch, he plunged sideways, his front end buried in a ditch beside the line. He was badly derailed, lying helpless and rather silly looking in the mud. "Bother! Oh, the indignity!" cried James, his red paint now splattered with mud, and his pride thoroughly dented. His driver quickly radioed for help. It wasn't long before the familiar shape of a little brown tram engine appeared down the line. It was Toby, coming with the breakdown crane. Toby saw James stuck fast and felt a flicker of satisfaction, quickly replaced by concern. "Well, well, James," Toby puffed, stopping neatly beside the accident. "Looks like even a proper engine can have a spot of bother, eh?" James mumbled, thoroughly embarrassed. I went a bit too fast, Toby, and now I'm stuck. Can you help me?" Toby knew this was his moment. The breakdown crane was heavy, and it would take a lot of strength to pull James back onto the rails. He puffed thoughtfully. "It'll be a tough pull, James, even for the crane. But I think I'm strong enough, even for an old engine." With the crane secured, Toby buffered up to James. "Right, James, take a deep breath, and you, breakdown crane, on my mark." Toby pulled with all his might. His pistons pumped, steam hissed from his cylinders, and his wheels gripped the rails. He strained and heavy, his boiler rumbling with effort. Slowly but surely, with a great groan of metal and a squelch of mud, James began to move. Inch by earliest inch, he was dragged free from the ditch, until with a final heave, he settled back onto the rails with a satisfying clunk. James, though still muddy, felt a rush of relief and a healthy dose of humility. "Toby," he said, genuinely surprised, you really are strong." "Thank you." Toby smiled, feeling a quiet pride. "You're welcome, James. You see, there's more to being a really useful engine than just speed and shiny paint. Sometimes it's about being strong when it matters and knowing that every engine, young or old, has their place." James never quite forgot that day. He still liked to go fast, but he thought twice before boasting, and he always treated Toby with a little more respect. Toby, for his part, knew that his strength lay not just in pulling power, but in his wisdom